What is up, guys? Carlos with another video, CCM Life. And yes, it is the same day as I filmed the previous video, actually, because I was more focused on the things I wish I knew, with some updates, of course. But I wanted to dive deeper a little bit of what we're doing in CCM ads at the moment. Um, there's been a lot of progress, actually, and this would be what I believe phase three, I think. Maybe phase four, because phase one was focusing on pretty much self improvement. Actually, no, I lied. That's phase two. I don't know what phase one was. Phase one was kind of like looking back and checking to see like what we did wrong and everything. Needless to say, we focused on ourselves, and there's been a huge improvement, as evident by CCM Life video, the previous one. And then this would be phase three, focusing mainly on the outreach and the actual sales process and all that. Essentially, we really screwed up our emails. We had no progress whatsoever. We had some, I wouldn't say progress. We really didn't have a process to formulate the emails. We just kind of followed what Iman had, and it was kind of like, yeah, read it up, good to go, whatever. And then we just kind of threw it on there. And essentially, what you need to have, and what I see most common, because I did more research on this now, was just not me going like, yep, just gonna formulate whatever is on here, and that's it. Essentially, you need to have a form of introduction, not formal, but a form of introduction. So it'd be like, hey, Bob, and then you have an icebreaker based on that actual business or person or whatever. That was the hardest part. That's the part that takes forever, because then you would have to go ahead and take that business or whatever, like we would actually look it up, be able to see like what kind of business they have, what's cool in their business or website, and then pick that thing and then come up with a creative way to do things with that. So it'll take like 10 to 15 minutes sometimes, and sometimes if there were some really bad websites out there, if they really suck, it just made it much more harder. So now we utilized, of course, AI to do that, so it saves time, a lot of time. And what I'm able to do is, once I gather all the information, so not just that, but I found a nice website too, called, I think, Clay. Yeah, Clay Pricing. So this is kind of like the D7 Lead Finder that we had, but rather than using D7 Lead Finder, this also integrates AI. And what it does is you just tell it like, hey, search for, I don't know, like one of the niches we have, HVAC. Search for an HVAC company in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And what it will do is it would actually take all of the HVAC companies and put them in a section. Now let's take it a step further. We're like, you know what? Give me only the contact, because you might get an email on all of them, but it's like, give me only the email that you can verify that it belongs to the actual business owner, and it'll sort it out for you. And then you can kind of give it a bunch of ifs, buts, coconuts, and whatnot. And so then what we can do now is kind of build that Excel, so then we can integrate it with AI, and then AI will take that website and create some type of cold email, essentially. So it'll make a icebreaker first. Sorry about that. It'll make an icebreaker, and then we can use that icebreaker, and I used AI to formulate emails based on the different businesses or different niches, sub niches that we have. And then we were able to go ahead and like integrate it in a way where, it'll take that icebreaker and put it into the email and just send it. So now what used to take us like 10 minutes to send one, like you have to formulate the email, blah, blah, blah. Like the email was done, it was just a script we had, so we always had to just kind of like play around with the actual icebreaker. Icebreakers are done once a month or something for those leads, so it's literally just take take copy and paste, literally, that's it. If that, I think there's a way where you can actually integrate it so it like just does it on its own. So if anything, it's just going to be like check to make sure it checks off and we're good to go. And I think that's only going to take like 2 minutes, so we reduced time by like 8 minutes just by doing all this stuff, having AI do all the work. That is fascinating to me, actually. So that was pretty dope. uh so that'll reduce time on that. So then I can send a lot more. We actually created much better emails as well that actually sound more personal, and they have a more problem solution in it. Because we had our last email and it was pretty lengthy. It did have some stuff. It's like if you want to create an email or not email, if you want to create an advertisement like this, and I was like, it didn't really attract people. We had one call that was booked and they never showed up. So and then we had no process either in terms of like how we were actually like who do we reach out, who opened the emails, and kind of like trying to redo that process again because we there were people who opened emails and there was a setting where it's like if they opened it, just stop sending and that was it. It's like, oh hooray, they saw it. So it was pretty stupid. I think we have a better structure for that. We kind of have a planner in Microsoft Office 365, which is what we're using to kind of like track all those leads and how that's going. And then pretty much the last few days I've been working on scripts. So we have a close call script. I think that's what it's called. And pretty much what will happen is they have a 15-minute demo, and on that demo we'll kind of go through like, all right, tell us a little bit about you, we'll tell you a little bit about us and see if we can partner up and work together. And if they don't like us, cool. If we don't like them, we'll also be like, you know what, I mean, it doesn't seem like it'll be a good fit. And then from there we move to a 45-minute call, which will be more in depth. And then I got to work on the onboarding process still, which that will be on our website, and I gotta make videos on that, and I gotta make like the main website video as well in terms of like what we are as a whole. So yeah, so that's coming up. I gotta work on pretty much the onboarding. I've started working on the second script as well. That one's gonna be a little bit longer because I had the previous one, and it's just too formal and too many words I probably wouldn't use, and I want to make it sound more natural too. So that's kind of like the main goal. So it sounds like it's actually me. And part of the what I want to build with this company is a company that's actually honest and transparent and just shows it how it is. If something's not going to work out, we're going to be like, hey, it's not going to work out. So so that's going to be this phase, and the next phase 4, would be literally just all advertisement stuff. Because right now it's just kind of like getting the customer, and then next phase would be like how do we actually service the customer, which I think is going to be the heaviest phase. Even though they made it seem like it was not, I think that's the heavier one because then you got to actually deliver the service. And I have a pretty good idea on how to deliver the service, but of course we want to excel. We want to be better. We want to outcompete our own competitors actually. That way our clients stick with us because essentially it's easier to keep a client than to get a new one. So if we're maxed out at like 20 clients, or something like to the point where we can't take any more clients, I mean, that would be cool. It would be like, all right, I mean, we don't even focus on getting clients this month. We just focus on actually just servicing our own clients. And happy client is a long lasting client. So that's kind of where we're at right now. It's been a lot of work for me, kind of sitting and thinking, putting some things together. A lot of playing with the AI as well, which now that I kind of released a lot of AI capabilities, I have a lot of good ideas with it, I think. And I've been trying to work a little bit on CCM Life as well, but it's just been so busy, and my main focus is, of course, CCM Ads, because that's going to be I think where we're going to see like the most change pretty much acutely. I think CCM life might be more of a change chronically. It'll be like we're starting kind of low and then like eventually be like, whoa, yeah, cool. That's kind of what I feel. And I got to research more and stuff. So I haven't really nurtured CCM life. It's just kind of more of a progress for me. So if you're binge watching this, I mean, welcome. Probably not going to happen, but I mean, this is my progress. And it's not so people follow or anything. And I mean, I'm trying to find my own ways too and find my own things. So, like, my thing that I wanted to make was, after playing around with CCM Life, was kind of create something that I wish I knew, younger me, because I'm almost 30. I'm going to be 29 in September. And I'm like, oh shoot, there's a lot. I feel like a 21-year-old or a 20-year-old with a lot of stuff that's going on. Even though I've been a nurse and stuff. Like, man, I'm coming to 30 years old. I wish I knew a lot of this stuff before I'm at the stage where I'm at right now. And there's no age for anything, but it's just like if I can just tell my old self, like, hey, do this way or do this that way, like. But oh well, you learn through mistakes and traumas, and that's what this is all about. So, and same thing with the previous stuff. When we first started, we sucked at it, and we saw that we sucked at it, so we strived to improve. We were like, okay, what are the holes? How do we improve them? Let's actually take a step back and be critical of ourselves and see what we can change, so we can actually improve and continue moving forward, even if it's just a little bit. And little changes day by day build up, and you actually see that throughout time. It just compounds. It's a compounding effect. So, and I think that was pretty cool. So, no clients yet because we're still technically in the building phase, because we had to, of course, disassemble everything, most things, and then go based off of that. So, like, all right, how do we make this better? So we have a lot of things kind of changing for us. So yeah, uh, it's a little bit afternoon actually. So had a pretty productive day in a way, and I've been working on average like 5 or 6 hours a day on this. So uh, yeah. But anyway, if you guys like the content, please subscribe, or if you wish to follow more about what's going on. Uh, Otherwise, I don't know. You'll be seeing a lot more, and I mean, hopefully, I get to see a lot more of you guys in the future as well, and maybe you guys can share some experiences or whatnot as well too. So, but that's where we're at, and pretty soon I'll be moving in with Caesar, and we'll be working together. So you'll be seeing him a lot more too. So that's coming up pretty soon. Truck's been broken, so as mentioned in the last video, but I should be getting it today apparently, and if not, tomorrow. Which, you know what? Whatever. I've been stuck in this room working my ass off, and it's paying off so far. So happy about that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you're not. If not, whatever. Don't really care. It's mainly for me right now. So wish you guys a good day. Take care.